multiverse has infinite time and events, all applying at once. Some events can lead you to destruction, others can lead you to righteousness. But what if events went differently? What if the wrong path happened? In one universe, we know Venom had planned to kill Spider-Man, but ultimately failed because of Harry Osborn's heroics, and saved his best friend in time from the clutches of Venom. That choice led Peter Parker to destroy Venom, forgive Harry, and put things right with Mary Jane, and eventually help another Peter Parker set things right in his universe. Watch again, my fellow watchers of the multiverse, as another event occurs. This critical moment would forever change history. Earth 47. Events seem to be playing out the same. Venom having used his webs to grab Harry's glider, Harry was sent flying into a metal bar that eventually would knock him down. This was the moment that birthed a new universe. When Harry's head smashed into the metal bar, there was supposed to be other debris that would fall, giving Peter Parker just enough time to figure out Venom's weaknesses to sound vibrations. But because the slightest change happened in this new timeline, it gave the symbiote monster enough time to take revenge. At the same time, Harry Osborn was knocked out from the previous attack, which led him to being unable to assist his late friend. Venom, without hesitation, leaps into the air viciously, with the blades sticking out of the glider. Peter Parker, with all of his strength and might, breaks out of the symbiote tendrils with one last-ditch effort to save himself and his friend. But it was too late. The blades impaled Peter's chest. It saddens me to see Peter Parker freeze in immense pain, the confusion setting into his soul. Everything he went through had been in vain, and what's tragic about it is that Venom isn't even finished with what he sought to do to Peter Parker. Slowly turning his attention to Mary Jane, Harry Osborn looks out in shock to see his best friend fall before his eyes. The number of emotions Harry Osborn had bottled within himself seemed to be released. Harry knew that after everything he did to Peter, that it should have been him to make the sacrifice play. He never wanted any of this to happen in the first place, but because of his previous actions, this outcome may be karma for Harry Osborn. Harry, with revenge in his heart, rushed to attack Venom. The two clashed in a battle for life and death. Harry was Peter's last hope. If Harry could defeat Venom, he might rest in peace, knowing Mary Jane was safe on the other side. Knowing each passing moment he lost would be a loss for his time with his best friend. He needed to talk to Peter before it was too late. Watching these events play out make me sad. I wish I could break my oath and interfere, but I can't risk the multiverse because of the slightest mistake in battle. Harry fell off the construction site, regrouping, thinking of a way to end the monster for good and get revenge for Peter. Harry raised his hand, picking up a pumpkin bomb from his glider. His last hope is in his hands. And just like the original timeline, only this time, Harry Osborn put down the beast, throwing the bomb directly into Venom, killing the monster for good, putting an end to its terror. The explosion was huge. Every last bit of symbiote was destroyed, and after Harry defeats Venom, he meets someone unexpectedly. Flint Marko told Harry the truth about teaming up with Venom and why he wanted to save his daughter. But after realizing what he had done and how he was a part of killing Spider-Man, he asked Harry for forgiveness, but it wasn't granted, making the story of Flint Marko more heartbreaking in this universe. Harry told Flint that he had a choice. With this was the outcome of that choice, leaving Sandman in the dust. Harry approached Peter, asking for forgiveness. Harry told Peter that he was sorry for all the bad things he did. Peter cries and tells Harry he is sorry and should have never have said those things. Osborn broke down in tears, wishing he could change the past, but there was nothing more he could do. Peter told Harry in his last words to promise to continue being the best of himself. He turned to Mary Jane, looking her in the eyes before fading off. Knowing that MJ had forgiven him for all the bad things he had done with the symbiote, Peter could now rest in peace, knowing that although he died, he didn't die for nothing, and that his death would raise a new hero inside Harry Osborn. Whatever comes our way, my fellow Watchers, whatever battle rages in the multiverse, we cannot interfere with time and events, as it could lead to more destruction. Although Peter Parker died, his death would bring new heroes to this world, and for that, I can now see what is to come.